What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm out here on the run, getting things done. Go over them little bumps right quick. Let's jump into the topic. I watched a video of a woman. She looked like she was auntie status. She was kind of up there in age. And she was complaining because she had to move an office chair. She had to carry it, as she put it, a short distance, as she also put it. And it was heavy, apparently. It was just so heavy to carry it that short distance. And she saw two men who stood around and did not help her. She said they had hands in their pockets, didn't even think to try to help her. And she has no respect for a man who would sit back and watch a woman struggle to move something heavy. Well, listen. My sentiments on that is nobody owes you assistance. Nobody owes you assistance. Them men don't know you. They do not owe it to you to lend you their strength. You know, it's reached a point, things are evolving. It's reached a point to where now men are no longer being chivalrous. Men are only looking after and taking care of women that belong to them, be that their wife, their fiance, be it their daughters, the women that belong to them. You are someone else's woman, or maybe you're not, I don't know, but men are human beings, not just existing to help you in a time of struggle. And I find this especially ironic nowadays for you to just expect a man to jump in and help you when, especially with sisters, it's so commonly said, you don't need us. You don't need us until you do. You want to be able to say, we don't need men, we're strong, we're independent, we're equal to men. You want to say that stuff every day, all day, and then complain that men are now treating you as such. You said you wanted this particular treatment. You know, these types always want to have it both ways. They want equal pay, equal treatment. They say my gender shouldn't matter. And then they immediately turn around and use their gender as the crux of their argument for why they should receive preferential treatment. If it was another man with that chair, they wouldn't have helped. But you claim to be equal to us in every way. So you're going to have to figure it out and move that chair wherever it is that you need it, however way you can. You know, chivalry is dead and feminism killed it. I've never before seen something like this where women advocated for something so hard. And it's not all women, of course. There are some women that don't mind being submissive and cooperative with men. There are women who don't mind being under a man's cover and protection. So for those, this doesn't apply to. It's those strong and independent types that want so desperately to believe that everything a man can do, they can do. Okay, well, that includes moving that chair that you claim was heavy. I'm sure it wasn't heavy for a man, but we're equal. So figure it out, which she in turn did. And then afterwards, because you could tell this was one of those feminist types, which is probably another reason why those men didn't help her, because men tend to be able to read vibes. And if it's a woman that just kind of has a bit of a resting bitch face and just giving off don't approach me vibes, you know, nasty aura, demeanor, kind of trash, they're not going to go and try to help her. Because bottom line is, those same men could have went and tried to help her, and she could have been on some honorary nonsense and wouldn't so much have thanked them. So, you know, they see her, she's struggling with the chair. Guys not stepping up to just randomly help chicks like that no more. Guys aren't holding doors open for women anymore. Guys aren't helping you take out the trash or carry your bags to your trunk, all that sort of stuff, because too often is a man negatively categorized when he is just trying to be helpful, when he's trying to be the chivalrous man that society claims he should be. he gets categorized as being a creeper or a stalker or, you know, just some sort of predator. It can't be that he's just trying to be a nice guy. So when that happens over and over and over, when that happens enough times, you get what's happening here. And it's just simply men opting out of dealing with a lot of women. If this had been some feminine, friendly woman, you know, probably didn't have a bit of a resting bitch face, those same guys likely would have offered her help. But we've gotten too good at being able to see the types that are that way and aren't that way. And sometimes it's just not worth it to get involved. You know, it's really not. So while you have a random woman here sitting talking about how she does not respect men who will sit there and watch her struggle with the chair, bottom line is men don't care. They don't care. If they cared about what you thought about them, they would have helped you. Oh, got some more pumps to roll over. It don't get any clearer than the fact that they stood there. She said executive posture. They stood there with executive posture, whatever that means. But if it don't get any clearer that they stood there with their arms folded or hands in their pockets or whatever and watched you struggle with the chair, it don't get no clearer than that they don't care what you think. So making a video trying to vilify these men because they didn't want to sacrifice their back helping you, which, I mean, I'm sure their back would have been okay, but that ain't the point. They don't owe you that. Them days where dudes would be just simping over women are over. Them days where guys were just doing chivalrous things, they're over. You didn't appreciate them. You were greatly unappreciative of them. And you told guys that anything they could do, you could do. You told guys you were equal to them. You told guys you were independent. That's what they got in exchange. So now this is where we at. Move your own damn chair. The short distance that you said it was that needed to be moved. I'm gonna leave it there though. Hit me with a like if you like what I do. Hit me with a comment if you like what I do. Hit me with a sub if you like what I do. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.